Tonight, vote tabled. The St. Louis County Board decides to hold off on approving a refugee resettlement resolution.
And a Superior man convicted of a 2012 drunk driving crash that left a woman and her grandson dead was charged with drunk driving again.
But first, the man in charge of the books at the Duluth Chamber is charged with stealing more than $250,000.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. A Duluth accountant is charged with stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from the Duluth Chamber of Commerce.
Jesse David Fry was charged with swindling in St. Louis County Court today. It's a crime authorities say spans several years and $235,000. CBS3's Emma Quinn joins us now. Emma, how did the Chamber find out about this?
Tony, Kristen, according to court records, this all came to light when the Duluth Chamber was going over its financial records this summer. In those records, they noticed Fry had allegedly been stealing money and putting it into multiple accounts, depositing it into funds into his various accounts. Court records show the 40-year-old would often disguise the withdrawal by labeling it as payroll. Between 2017 and this past summer, he's accused of stealing $235,000, and he was the lead at Eagle Accounting at the time of this incident. Now, court records show Fry originally denied the accusations, and later he wrote a letter acknowledging the thefts and proposing a repayment schedule without any outside action, and he's due back in court next month.
And do we know, Emma, if Fry has any prior run-ins with the law or anything?
So when we looked, according to the court records, he does not appear to have any sort of criminal history in Wisconsin or Minnesota.
Okay, we'll keep following this one. Thanks, Emma.
A Superior man convicted in a deadly 2012 drunk driving crash has been charged with another DUI. Hawk Edwards, who was 19 at the time, hit and killed Paula Berggren and her 13-year-old grandson, Everett. In this video from that scene on Duluth's Woodland Avenue back in March of 2012, Edwards pled guilty to criminal vehicular homicide and spent 4 years in prison. Now, CBS3's John Cardinelli is breaking down the details of his most recent arrest this weekend.
Kristen, Tony, according to the criminal complaint, Edwards was pulled over around 1:30 a.m. Sunday morning. He was driving 20 miles per hour over the speed limit. When they approached his car, officers say Edwards smelled like alcohol, had watery eyes, slurred speech, and slow motor movements. Duluth police performed several field sobriety tests. His breath test came in at .14, which is almost twice the legal limit. Edwards made his first court appearance today, and a judge set his bail at $75,000. According to court documents, Edwards faces 14 years in prison and or a $28,000 fine. We cannot confirm by news time whether or not Edwards had to complete any treatment program prior to his release from prison.
All right, thanks, John. Meanwhile, Duluth police are still searching for two men allegedly involved in a shooting 2 weeks ago. It happened on December 23rd in the city's Central Hillside neighborhood. That's when police say 22-year-old David Barbie and 21-year-old Dana Deshawn Smith tried to rob someone. Barbie and the victim were both shot and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Now, both Barbie and Smith are wanted on multiple charges. If you see the suspects, authorities say you should not approach them. Instead, they ask for you to call 911 immediately.
A Minnesota police officer is in critical condition after being shot in the head Monday night in southern Minnesota. It happened in Waseca, which is about 50 miles west of Rochester. The wounded officer has been identified as Eric Matson. Investigators say Matson was ambushed while investigating a suspicious person in someone's backyard. 3 other police officers were with Matson at the time and responded quickly. Authorities categorize his condition as critical but stable.
The officer Madison was shot in the head, and he has grave injuries. As we said, he's being treated for those at this time, and I'd continue to ask that you keep him and his family in your thoughts and prayers.
The suspect, Tyler Janowski of Freeborn, Minnesota, was injured during the incident. Charges have not been filed yet, but the suspect already had an active warrant for his arrest. The Minnesota BCA is continuing the investigation.
Dave joins us now for a quick look at the weather. Dave, quite the cool down we're going through right now.
Yeah, it's going to feel a lot like winter tonight for most towns, especially on the Minnesota side of the border where Arctic high pressure has driven along a cold front and taken those temperatures down and will continue to do so through tomorrow morning. Could be as cold as 20 below for some inland Minnesota places. And that high and cold front will drive a wind across the lake, and that means tonight the folks in the UP, the snow belt, including Iron County, Wisconsin, looking at fairly decent lake effect snows there. And then on top of that, there's a small low to our west that'll bring a chance to snow to the entire region come tomorrow night. So let's fire up the day planner here for our Tuesday. For Minnesotans, the day starts off on a sunnier note because of the Arctic high pressure at 10 below, but then clouds advance through the day, bringing us upwards of a 70% chance of that light snow, probably Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. We'll show you a slew of advisories going on here tonight and a snow total map just a few more minutes here into the newscast.
Thanks, Dave. Well, it was a pretty packed courthouse today as the St. Louis County Board spent 3 hours hearing the public's testimony on a refugee resettlement resolution for the county.
The results? The board voted 4-3 to table talks until May 26th. CBS3's Ryan Campo was there and has more about what the public had to say and what comes next.
Commissioner Beth Olson brought the resolution forward after President Donald Trump issued an executive order in September, which calls on counties and states across the country to provide written consent stating their willingness to accept refugees for resettlement. One of those in support was a Vietnam veteran who says his life was saved by a refugee, so this hits close to home.
If there was not a refugee resettlement program, they would not be here. I also pay taxes. I gladly pay taxes to help those who saved my life.
However, there was plenty of opposition in the room as well.
St. Louis County hasn't demonstrated, nor is it able to demonstrate, that the taxpayers in either the county nor the cities in St. Louis County are financially able to provide the housing, health care, food, and clothing to support the settlement of refugees in the county.
Some cautioned the board, asking them to gather more information before taking a vote.
Has any studies been done as to what the social, economic, or cultural impact would be on those communities? If you were to put 50 families in, let's say, White Lakes, what would be the change to that community? Would they have the option of saying yes or no?
Even more important, I want to share with you some more recent history of my family. A couple years ago, and I said, yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. And I just want to submit that if you're Jewish.
The executive order lays out a June 1st deadline to provide written consent. If they do not vote by then, refugees will automatically be denied from living within the county's borders. Again, the board is set to take this matter up again on May 26th. Superior is looking for your input at tonight's City Council on the matter of a part-time mayor. Members of the public will be able to voice their opinion at the meeting. This comes after a 2019 recommendation from a consulting firm saying the mayoral position does not need to be a full-time job. Mayor Jim Payne and some council members disagreed with that finding. Now tonight, the council hopes to gather input from residents before they could vote on the matter later this year. We will have the latest from tonight's meeting at 10.
The leader of the DNC promises that the event in Milwaukee this summer will be focused more on substance than spectacle as part of a strategy to be more successful in key states. Joe Solmonese spoke about plans for the convention during a media event today and says Democrats failed in 2016 to communicate as effectively as they could have in those key states. The event will bring an estimated 50,000 people to Milwaukee and the surrounding area, and more than 1,000 related events, bringing added emphasis to the importance of Wisconsin in the presidential race.
Water levels on Lake Superior are expected to drop 3 inches within the next month. The Army Corps of Engineers is forecasting the decline. The organization says the lake will still be about 15 inches above average for a normal January. They say that's due to higher precipitation amounts and lower evaporation. The lake level typically drops in the fall and winter months and rises in the spring and summer.
The Fond du Lac Band received recognition recently for an environmentally friendly project. The project heats the Sawyer Community Center in Cloquet using wood. This method cuts fossil fuel use and carbon dioxide costs while using local waste wood. The network Heating the Midwest with Renewable Biomass awarded the band during a national conference. The band says the Brookston Community Center and housing area are also in the process of switching over to wood heat.
A U.S. lawmaker from Minnesota says a new $1.9 billion contract to build more F-35 fighter jets bodes well for the Duluth's 148th Fighter Wing. Lockheed Martin announced the annual Joint Program Office contract yesterday. The company says it covers the cost of building 3,000 additional aircraft. Right now, the 148th Fighter Wing and the Duluth Chamber of Commerce Military Affairs Committee are lobbying Congress to station F-35s at the Air Guard base. Congressman Pete Stauber applauded the announcement. In his statement, he said it's welcome news for the 148th Fighter Wing because they're often called to defend our nation, so they should have state-of-the-art aircraft that gives them an advantage and enables them to execute their mission. The F-35 fighter jet is considered the most lethal and advanced aircraft in the world.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, the Superior School District is making it easier to evacuate people with disabilities in the event of an emergency. Details next.
Today's high hit 26 early on, but a cold front is sending temperatures down. Some folks facing a wind chill advisory tonight, others looking at a winter weather advisory because of lake effect snow, and we'll show you who's who coming up right after this break.
Great Lakes Stone. Not only are we your reliable resource for quality building products in the Northland, we're now offering a full-service installation with our workmanship guarantee. With our network of landscape and masonry professionals standing by to work with our clients, there's still time to get on our schedule for winter. Call or stop in today or schedule an exclusive one-on-one appointment at our website at greatlakestone.com.
At Marshall, we know that paying independent school tuition is a real commitment for families, and we want to make the Marshall experience possible for anyone who wants to attend. That's why Marshall is introducing community-centered pricing to make the Marshall experience possible for more families. We know that families have budgets, and it's our goal to work within those budgets in a way that makes sense for everybody. When we partner together, we invest in your child's future. Contact us or join us at our open house on Saturday, January 11th.
Famous Meat Lovers Pizza from Pizza Hut. Over a pound of meat and cheese for just $10. It's more pepperoni for your penny, more beef for your buck, more... You get the idea. Get yours delivered now at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
At Anytime Fitness, we know that healthy doesn't happen on its own. It happens with the right help.
At the right times.
In the right ways. With an ally who listens.
With coaching.
Team workouts.
And community. To help you get to your goals.
So let's do this thing, whatever that thing is.
Let's tune out this and turn up this.
And let's make healthy happen.
For you.
Classic Rock KQ, the Northland's #1 radio station for almost 40 years. We thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station, Classic Rock 95 KQDS.
521 fugitives have been placed on the most wanted list.
Our job is to bring them to justice.
Cold-blooded execution.
He has every step planned out.
Deep dive on background, social media, check phone records, texts, emails. I want to sweep and full security video in the area. Let's close the net. Put the gun down now!
FBI Most Wanted premieres tonight 10/9 Central on CBS.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by St. Luke's. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, some folks tonight are going to get cold. Others are going to get a little bit of snow, maybe a fair amount of snow to boot. It's real winter-style weather tonight. So inland Minnesota folks, looking at a wind chill advisory. Actual air temps could go to 20 below. Put in the winds could feel like 35 below. And now there's a chance with the winds coming the way they are that some places are going to get snow. Like the tip of the Arrowhead in Minnesota facing a winter storm watch. It's not a sure thing, but lake aggravation could bring 3 to 6 inches of snow there overnight tonight. And we do have a straight up winter weather advisory going on for Iron County and the Upper Peninsula here because the lake effect will affect them. Maybe to the tune of 4 to 8 inches of snow in that part of the country. And then come tomorrow night with a low pressure system from the west coming to call, then we all get a chance for maybe another trace to even 3 inches. So yeah, the new year is here and a winter weather pattern is setting up to conquer at least for a couple of days. Temperature right now 6 above at the airport. So that cold front is knocking temps down. Relative humidity is 55%. And our wind is northwesterly 15 miles per hour. And of course a wind with a velocity like that will egg on that wind chill advisory and also egg on that winter weather advisory and the lake effect snow for the South Shore. Moving to the current temperatures, we still have 15 above in Watersmeet, 13 above Ashland, 10 above for Superior, but down to 2 below in Orr, 1 below International Falls. And again, towards the border country here, 20 below by tomorrow morning, maybe 10 below here in the Twin Ports, also 10 below down towards Hayward. So it'll be one pretty brisk morning before things do start to moderate once again as we get into Thursday. Doppler map right now shows a couple of snow showers thanks to the lake influence happening roughly around Thunder Bay, but that could move towards the south and again affect tonight Lake County and Cook County here in Minnesota, and those winds could drive lake effect snows like we've been mentioning here to the South Shore and the snow belt. So tonight the high pressure still has hold of us. It's driving ahead the cold front, kicking up the winds. That's why we have that cold advisory here and the snow advisory to boot. And there to the west is that other trough of lower pressure that's coming around to bring everybody, like I mentioned, tomorrow night and into Thursday, the chance for the trace to 3 inches of snow. So our snow total map will look like this once we get to Thursday morning. 4 to 8 for the snow belt, maybe 3 to 6 for the North Shore. And again, that one's not certain. It's just a watch, not a warning. And then the rest of us a trace to about 3 inches. Forecast tonight, temperature-wise, actual air temperatures do drop to 20 below for International Falls, maybe 6 below right by the lake, and the rest of us, of course, the proverbial in-between. Clear and cold for Minnesota, clear and cold for much of Wisconsin as well, with Hayward Cable getting down to about 10 below, but warmer towards the UP and the snow belt, 0 there, thanks to the snow chance of the lake effect snow in that neck of the woods in the thicker cloud cover. Tomorrow, daytime highs, Wisconsin, Michigan, 10 to 12. Night snow for all zones. Day may not be bad. The night gets snow again. Same deal for Minnesota. Night snow moves in. High temp single digits. With the extended forecast then, we get the snow chance on Wednesday night, high of 10. Then back up to 26 with that snow chance on Thursday. And then we cool down and calm down again, especially come Saturday morning when we can do this 10 below, 10 above trick once again.
Yeah, I definitely had to pull out the big winter coat today, that's for sure.
Yeah,
A bit
it's
chilly.
chilly. Yeah. Thanks, Dave. When the fire alarm goes off, there's only one priority. That's getting out of the building.
For people with physical limitations, that can be especially challenging, but the Superior School District has a new tool to help. CBS3's Emma Quinn explains.
When in an emergency, evacuating a building is a top priority. For those with physical limitations, this can be a challenge.
It could be from, a genetic disorder, say cerebral palsy, to a broken leg that just makes getting down the stairs tough.
In the last year, the Superior School District has added a solution.
So these are called evac chairs. These chairs are able to, say, slide down the stairs to get the student out of the building safely when they're on either the second, third floor.
The chairs, which have rubber skis at the bottom, help guide the chair down the stair.
Those skis push into the stair and help slow the descent of the chair as it goes down the stairs.
Every school in the district that has multiple floors has at least one chair. High school has one on each floor, all to ensure safety for everyone.
Because if we were stuck waiting for the fire department, it might be too late. That for those students that can't get down the stairs, this expedites their time to be able to exit the building tenfold.
District officials say they have not had to use the chairs yet, but they have been practicing with them to be prepared. No word on the cost.
Kelly joins us now for a look at what's coming up in sports. What's going on?
Yeah, both the Vikings and the Packers, if things go their way this weekend, they'll be playing each other in the NFC Championship. I think we can all hope for that. But first, they have to win. So we'll hear more from the Packers as they prep for their division game coming up next.
Rock the Otter 3, live at the Bear. CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. Presidential award-winning service. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler. KohlerToyota.com.
Like I said, this is a dipstick.
Dipstick.
Real encounters with God are life-changing. Join us Sundays at 11:30 for The Message of Good Hope and learn how you can reach your highest potential through a relationship with Christ. Only on the Duluth CW.
Our shower was like 20 years old and it was just in the worst condition. We had a new shower put in and it was acrylic and there's hardly any cleaning compared to the other one. We decided to call Bath Planet, and Wayne did contact us, and he made sure that it was a good time for us.
He came here at 8 o'clock in the morning. Job was done by 4 o'clock.
I'm so glad that we chose Bath Planet.
For a free estimate, call Bath Planet today at 218-228-0435.
Stop by your local Super One Liquor for all your party and gathering needs. With locations throughout the Northland and northern Wisconsin, Super One Liquor has a commitment to delivering outstanding service, variety, and top quality wines and spirits. And don't forget the massive variety of ice-cold beer and beverages, all at the low prices you've grown to expect. Visit superoneliquor.com anytime to view our weekly ads and in-store specials.
So stop by your local Super One liquor store. Come for the service. Leave with the savings.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs, and it holds that support all night long to take the pressure off your shoulders and keep your neck aligned so you get the best night's sleep of your life.
MyPillow comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee and an amazing 10-year warranty.
I personally guarantee that MyPillow will be the most comfortable pillow you'll ever own.
Call or go to MyPillow.com now. Use this promo code, and Mike will give you a second MyPillow absolutely free. Don't delay. Buy one and get one free.
I don't like bullies, and I don't like you.
Star Trek Voyager.
Find heroes and icons only on My 9.
You've had one goal, to reunite with your family.
Go to Paris. The NCIS winter premiere.
Paris can wait.
New tonight at 8/7 Central on CBS.
Who's the target?
If you love to solve crimes,
I want to get your side of the story.
feel what it's like to go
More blood over here.
on a manhunt.
Justice is all that matters.
FBI Most Wanted premieres tonight 10/9 Central after a new FBI on CBS.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It is a rare thing for a team to be better on the road than they are at home. In fact, it's almost unheard of. But the Seattle Seahawks, the team that the Green Bay Packers are welcoming in this Sunday, have been better away from their home in Seattle than they have at home. Green Bay earned a first-round bye in the NFL playoffs thanks to the Seahawks, who came just short of beating the San Francisco 49ers to earn themselves a bye. At this point, the Packers are favored as 4-point victors. But like I said, the Seahawks are 8-1 on the season on the road. That's incredible. Matt LaFleur, head coach of the Green Bay Packers, stressed how aware his team is of that fact.
They're a tough team. You just look at they've been extremely tough on the road as well. And we're just kind of digging into the early stages of the prep, but, you know, I thought they played a physical football game yesterday. Obviously was glued into that game, and it's going to be a great challenge. I mean, they're tough to beat on when they're away from their home stadium, which is kind of an outlier in this league, especially when you look at the home field advantage that they have with their fans with their stadium, and hopefully we get our fans nice and loud this weekend, and we'll have quite a home field advantage here.
The Packers will have had full 2 weeks of rest and prep leading up to Sunday. They host divisional opponent Seattle this Sunday at 5:40 p.m. on Fox. And if all goes according to plan in both the Vikings and the Packers' minds this weekend, they'll be playing each other come the following week in the NFC Championship game. The Vikings do not get home field advantage and will not for the duration of the playoffs should things go their way against San Francisco on Saturday. And they're hoping to throw the ball a little more. Sunday's win showed a much more comfortable Kirk Cousins when it comes to throwing deep.
Yeah, we thought we had a chance on some of those shot plays, and we didn't get them off earlier in the ball game. But we're continue to look for them, and it's just part of the offense. So we're going to try to get some of those shots in there. And like I said last night, you get in overtime, you're trying to win the game. It's not like we want to play 2 more quarters or something like that. Obviously, we're going out to the West Coast, so that'll be a little bit different. But hey, it's playoff time. It's big boy football now.
2 teams from the NFC North remain in the NFL playoffs. The Vikings take on the San Francisco 49ers on the road this Saturday at 3:35 p.m. on Sunday. Following a weekend fresh off the Minnesota Cup title win from Saturday, the UMD women's hockey team checks in at number 10, staying put for the 3rd straight time. UMD is off this weekend before they return to WCHA action, hosting Bemidji State on January 17th. Some high school hockey to plug this coming Thursday on My 9. Grand Rapids has 2 tough tests back-to-back. Tonight they take on Hermantown on the road. On Thursday they host Duluth East. In that game you can watch on My 9 Sports starting at 7:30 p.m. Plus on Friday the UMD men's hockey team welcomes in Western Michigan for the team's first matchup of the new year. Friday's game is on Fox Sports North. Saturday is on My 9 Puck Drop. Both nights, 7:07 p.m. Mark your calendars. Kristen and Tony.
We will.
Yeah. Everything is back in action now that the holidays are over.
Yep, it goes dark and then everything happens at once.
We love
it.
Great.
Thanks, Kelly.
Well, we're learning Iran State TV says Tehran has launched tens of surface-to-surface missiles at Iraq's Ain Assad Air Base, housing U.S. troops over America's killing of a top Iranian general. We'll bring you the latest tonight on the CBS3 News at 10.
And before we go, for the donut lovers out there, the hot light is on. That's because Krispy Kreme says it's rolling out mini versions of its classic donuts in 4 flavors, including original glazed. The chain says customers can try the new minis for free on Mondays throughout January from 4 to 7 p.m. And lest you blame it for busting your diet, Krispy Kreme says the minis are less than 100 calories. But there's 4 flavors, so if you mow through 4 of those, that's 400 calories.
Krispy Kreme to here?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. That's a good
It might
thing.
be a drive.
Yeah. I'm glad it's far away because
we could walk there and burn off the donuts.
There we go.
I have to. I have no self-control when it comes to donuts. All right, Dave. Very chilly out there tonight.
Yeah, Minnesotans will be clear and cold, so wind chill advisory for most folks in Minnesota. Tip of the Arrowhead looking at a winter storm watch because lake effect could kick up there to the tune of a couple of inches, and it should definitely kick up to a few inches for the snow belt. Winter weather advisory for those folks.
All right, thanks for joining us.